Welcome to another episode of Gear65. It's kind of a season for us right now where we just received a ton of gadgets all about the same time. So, just gonna expect some really cool stuff coming up from us in the next couple of weeks. But for today, we're just gonna be starting with this guy. This is the Asus EeePad Transformer. It is an Android tablet, it's a Honeycomb tablet, and it's a very unique tablet because it actually, if you take a look at it right now, it looks just like a netbook, and they intentionally designed it to look that way. You can see it looks just like a typical Asus EPC kind of tablet, netbook, sorry. But you can actually open this up. And, well, of course you can just open this up, but the cool thing is that you can detach it and you'll find that it's actually running on Android 3.1 in this case. So it is a proper Android 3.1 tablet, yet you can at any point in time just dock it into this sole separately keyboard, right? And then you can start using the keyboard as well as the mouse as well, and just use it like you would a normal laptop. So let's take a look at the hardware first. Why not? Let's take a look at the tablet itself, right? So the display of this thing, this is a 10.1 inch LED backlit display, and the cool thing is that this is an IPS display, and it's the same display that's found on the iPad as well as some high quality displays. And the whole idea is that it is ultra wide angle, so make it more comfortable to look at regardless of from where you're looking at from. And the resolution is 1280 by 800, which is kind of cool. Widescreen, alright? And let's take a look at the bottom. Oh, let's just zoom that right in and focus. This is a dock connector. This is going to be used for charging as well as connecting to the keyboard dock. These two sides here, they're just latches. On this side, you have a micro SD card slot. It's kind of like a slit in on the casing itself. So it's not very pretty, but it's there. HDMI port for video out. You have right here the headset jack, so it's a 2-in-1 kind of thing. Both microphone as well as the headset itself. Nothing on this side, and on the other side right here, you have volume control as well as the on-off switch. So you're just gonna hit it, and you can kind of turn on the display and just unlock it like you would on Android. So that is the tablet itself. On the back, right here you have a camera, and this camera is actually a 5.0 megapixel camera, and on the front is one as well. This is the one in the front is actually 1.2 megapixels. So yeah, it's a very standard Honeycomb tablet. I'm actually kind of happy that today, the tablets you find on the market are pretty high end, especially the Honeycomb tablets, the iPads and all that. Really, this is a dual core 1 GHz Tegra processor and all that kind of stuff. 1 GB of RAM, 16 GB or 32 GB internal memory. So it performs really, really well. So that is the tablet itself. Let's take a look at the keyboard dock. Alright, so it's a pretty standard Asus. One of the good things is that Asus is known for their netbook, so they should certainly have no problems designing their keyboard. So just take a look at some of the keys that's available since it's an Android netbook, so to speak. Netbook. You got some interesting buttons. This is the back button that you normally find on a Honeycomb Android Honeycomb tablet. This is the Wi-Fi as well as the Bluetooth on-off switch. This one turns your trackpad on and off, brightness up and down. Turns on and off the brightness. There's some buttons here I just felt that they have extra keys, so they're just kind of throwing things in. You don't really, who needs to turn on and off the auto brightness so often? This is actually not the camera button. This is the screenshot button. It also takes screenshots on Honeycomb. Shortcut to the web browser, settings, and then playback controls, mute, volume down, up. And this is the button that allows you to unlock the tablet itself. Alright, maybe I'll show it to you later. In terms of the keys, nothing much special about it. Of course, one thing that you want to know for keyboards, the shift key is on this side instead of this side. So if you're the kind of person who is used to a huge shift key, you're going to have a little bit of an issue with that. Function keys control only for these 4 buttons, and you got a home button right here that will bring you to the home screen. Alright, and of course you have a trackpad and a 1-button mouse. So, oh wait, let's take a look at some of the other connections on the side. So the same dock connector that you found on the tablet itself. And then over here you have a magnetic latch that reveals a USB port. So this USB port allows you to connect thumb drives and things like that, which is very nice. SD card slot on this side. And you got a second USB port right here. And the cool thing about this keyboard is that not only is it just a keyboard, it's also got a built-in battery as well. So the battery for the Asus EeePad itself is about 9.5 hours, but together with the keyboard, your battery life will go all the way up to about 16 hours, which is pretty impressive. So I'm just gonna lock it in, and here's the funny thing, when you actually put it in, you have to manually lock it here just to put it in place. And one thing I found about this is that there is no, there's not much spacing, you don't have a latch or anything like that to open up the lid, so-called, which is actually the tablet. So it's actually kind of difficult to open up the tablet itself. Also, the other thing is that because the tablet itself is actually heavier than the keyboard, so that's one of the things that makes it a little bit inconvenient. Now, if you take a look at the hinge at the back here, when you actually lift up the tablet, because of the fact that the tablet is heavier, they've designed it in such a way that the hinge pulls everything up. So all in all, these things combined together, it makes the tablet kind of difficult to open, because you find like this, it's just quite a hassle. And the good thing, of course, is that when you open up the lid, it raises the keyboard up, so it kind of gives you a little bit of better angle for you to type and all that. So give and take, you win some, you lose some, but that's the way technology is today. So some interesting things with the mouse, right? So once again, I just show you, right, when you lift up the lid, you will actually show the lock screen like this. And of course, it's going to be, you can either use the mouse, I don't think you can see the cursor, but there's a little cursor to unlock it, which is really strange. But that's the reason why they came up with this button right here, which will allow you to very easily lock and unlock the button. So this is kind of a bit like the on-off switch, the standby switch for the tablet itself. And other interesting features would be that you can actually scroll. So if you use two fingers to scroll left and right, normally on the tablet you will do this, right? So with the mouse, you can just kind of use two fingers scroll, and it will actually scroll the entire, whatever it is, right? Even the menus as well. So if you, let's say for example, I go to the settings screen, which has a dedicated button. Alright, there's nothing to scroll here. Maybe I can go to the About tablet. There you go. So you can see you can actually scroll with your two fingers. So that's kind of a bit of a bonus. And the thing, of course, is that Honeycomb Android in general is designed for the touchscreen, right? So with your fingers, it's much easier to reach out for contextual menus and things like that. So using the mouse is a little bit kind of strange. You gotta reach out all the way up. Oh, by the way, the mouse is one button, obviously, because there is no second right click functionality on Android. So you gotta move your mouse and reach out for menus here and there, which you're not kind of used to. And then the other thing about mouse is that there aren't any settings for you to adjust the sensitivity and all that. So that it depends on you. If you're lucky, the setting is just nice for you. If you're not, it's gonna be a little bit annoying. But thankfully, the keyboard itself is optional, so you don't actually have to purchase the keyboard. So in terms of Honeycomb, it's exactly the same as what you had found on the Motorola Zoom. It comes with Honeycomb 3.1. When you open the browser, you need to download Flash separately, but there is Flash support, just like the Motorola Zoom and pretty much every other Honeycomb tablet out there today. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. In case you're curious, the cable looks just like this, so connects either to the side or to the tablet itself. So this is the Asus EeePad Transformer. It's apparently one of the hottest selling things, I guess, because of the fact that it's both a netbook as well as a tablet itself, whenever you need to. So, but otherwise, I'm personally okay. It's not one of the tablet that I actually want to buy. Partly because I don't know. I just felt that the whole keyboard is really great for you for typing and all that. But I will probably be using the touchscreen a lot more. And it's kind of funny. The tablet itself looks like a lid of a notebook. So the funny thing is that a lid of a notebook is usually curved, especially Asus ones. So you put it down and you can actually kind of, right, it's quite solid now, right? Fine, it's just the texture at the back is very smooth. So when it comes to holding it, it's a little bit slippery. And another thing is that Android tablets are all widescreen. So when you hold it upwards like this, it's very long. So it's up to you. Some people like it, some people don't. But just to let you know that it's kind of long and all that. Performance is pretty good. Just like any other Honeycomb tablet out there. So really, the main thing about this is the keyboard. Extra battery life and functionality with the mouse. That's what's really special about it. They got some extra apps and all that, but really you know, that's not what makes this tablet stand out. It's really just the keyboard, and you know, so in case you're wondering about the weight, it's about 680 grams. So yeah, that is it. The Asus EeePad Transformer. It really is a very unique tablet. Definitely when you bring it out there, it's going to be a hit turner because of the fact that you can just turn it into a notebook in one moment and turn it into a tablet on the other. So, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to rate this video if you want to check out more videos. Of course, like I mentioned, we got a lot more upcoming gadgets coming up. So just be sure to visit our website, www.tech65.org, or subscribe to our channel at youtube.com/65bits. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.